Oh, hey y'all, Kristen Bakken here. This table is more important than my eyeballs, and so we're gonna tape how to string your guru bead and put on your tassel for your mala while looking mostly at this surface. So you're gonna need four things in order to do this task, technically five. You're gonna need your completed mala, your needle, your guru bead, your little string bundle, and some scissors. The first thing you're going to do so that you don't mess it up later is your little string bundle has a spare tiny string on the end. And so you'll set the spare tiny string apart from the string bundle and not throw it away. Don't throw it away. All right, now here we go. I take my needle and I take the end of my mala that has the looped bit. If you cut some of that off, no big deal, but you want to take the loop bit through your guru bead first. And so I just set the string into my needle. And now I'm going to string my guru bead on to this side. It's a little tangly over here. So I pull it through all the way. I only get to do this in one take, so all of my little mistakes are going to have to stay, or my hiccups, which is fine. So it's on my string, just like kind of the other beads went onto your string. And then I take the other side, and I do the same thing. So I set those strings, and this side is loose, so it's a little bit trickier, but it's also in some way a little bit easier. And I get the bead that I just strung onto one end, and I string this set through as well. And sometimes it takes some muscle. Obviously, it's taking some muscle on my side of things. Sometimes it takes some teeth. But the first thing I'm going to do, since I'm struggling a little, is I'm curious if I only do one of these strings at a time. See how I just took that out of the needle? If I can get it to go through, which I did. So now I have 3 strings through and 1 string remaining. Where's that little string? Went rogue. All right. So I put the string on the needle, the last string, and I thread it through. Some people use little almost like needle nose pliers to pull the strings through. Technically speaking, if you could get that first string through, 4 strings fit since it was double backed. So you know that your guru bead could go on there. Do not send me your dentist bills. That is a fancy trick. I hope you all watched that. Some people don't want to put it in their mouth, so they use needle nose pliers instead. That's up to you. And now you want to really give it a good tug. See how I've got some extra string kind of bundled up? I want to get rid of all of that. So I pull whatever this excess is through, and I draw this bead down super tight to the other beads. And now I get to tie 3 knots. 1 knot to be close to my guru or the teacher or the one that brings me into the light. 2nd knot for my right side, my solar side, my rational side, the doing side. And the final knot, the 3rd knot, for my left side. My lunar side, the nurturing side, the softer side. And now I've got the 3 knots, and my guru's all snug. And I get my bundle. Now there's that little extra string that I still have set to the side, but I get my bundle, and if it came unraveled or did something weird, you just wrap it around your fingers, and it comes off your fingers like this. And then I'm going to set that bundle down on top of the knots that I just tied. And I'm going to tie 3 more knots. And you can get really, really technical about it being directly center, or just get it kind of close. And so I tie 3 knots. 1 for my body, a totally hot, badass babe warrior body. 1 for my mind, my totally hot and smart, badass babe warrior mind. And a 3rd for my spirit. And I mean, why the heck not? My totally hot and awesome, badass babe warrior spirit. And I have 3 knots over the top of the bundle of string. So I let all of that fall, and I fold the bundle around the other strings. And I take the extra little string, and mine's kind of long, so I'm going to double back mine. You can do it that way, or you can do it single. And I'm going to wrap my string around this bundle 5 times, 1 time for each of the elements. You let a little extra hang off the end, and then 1 time for earth, water, fire, air, and ether, space. And then, kind of like elementary school, you tie 2 knots, just the same as the other knots you've been tying, but there's nothing technical or metaphorical about this unless you come up with something, like may I be strong and may I be sweet. My string's a little short, and so I just have to handle it a bit. All you're doing is securing this around the top of your tassel. So now you can feel yourself really, really close. This is the best part of all. You can see that mine's not perfectly in half, but the very first thing I'm going to do with my scissors is I'm going to release all of my attachment. So I take my scissors in there, and into the ends, I cut the attachments. I let go of that which I'm grasping. And it may take you a little bit to get them all. I would go through the process of being sure I let go of all of my attachments. There's 1 attachment down here on the end of the original string that I cut. There's 1 attachment on my little knot on my tassel that you just saw me kind of having a rough time with. Here it is. I cut all of my attachments, and now is when I let go of what I no longer need. And so I take my scissors and I cut off the excess, the obvious excess. And you can decide, like, if you want your tassel to be short, you could make it really short right now. If you want to keep it long, you're just going to want to bring the ends to even. And I'm letting go of what no longer serves me, what I no longer need, which is like anything maybe that I thought about or witnessed while I was making my mala that isn't serving, but also like anything in your life that's not serving. So I let it go, and now have a tassel, a guru bead, and a full string of malas. Thank you all so much for listening. I hope that you make it meaningful. Cheers to a really great day.